Hello class, I'm creating this video to explain to you how to do your final project that's due this Friday. So I know it's a little bit strange to see my face in the corner instead of just hearing my voice over the speakers, but I read an article that said students are more interested in videos that their teachers make if they can see their teacher and not just hear their voice. So here I am. Ta-da! All right, so let's talk about your Outsiders final project. So go ahead and turn to page 4 in your packet. Okay, let me get there. Okay, so on page 4, you see your Outsiders novel theme final project instructions. So the point of this project is for you to show that you clearly understand how one of the themes that we looked at as we read the novel, how it is taught and how it is told through the story, The Outsiders. And then I want you to create a visual representation, okay? All right, so the directions say, in groups of 3, create an analysis of different themes you tracked in the story. Each group member will select one theme to complete the following activity. No repeat themes in groups. So I'm concerned this is going to confuse you. What I'm saying there is there are 4 themes that we tracked. You're going to be in a group of 3. Each of you takes a different theme. There'll be one theme that you don't look at. So there'll be 3 themes presented by your group, okay? 1, 2, and 3. Each of you will be responsible for a different theme, but I'll look at the project as a whole as well. So the whole thing, not just the parts, okay? All right, each group member, back to our instructions, each group member will create a 1-page project. Using the theme tracker notes from their selected theme, they will create a Google slide, or if you don't have a Chromebook, you're going to use just a piece of white paper, though I make it fancy by saying it's project paper. Yeah. All right, so you're going to create a Google slide or project paper that clearly shows their understanding of the theme. Project expectations include theme, 2 key quotes showing the theme, analysis of each quote, reaction to theme, visuals and symbols that explain how the theme is shown in the novel. I know there's some grammatical mistakes there. Okay, now I listed for you here exactly how I'm going to grade you. So if you want a C, just to get a C, you have to do these 6 things. 1, you have to put your name and period clearly visible in the upper right corner of the slide. 2, you have to include the novel, title, and author. 3, you need to state the theme. 4, you need to have 2 key quotes with page numbers. If you have your highlighter, highlight with page number. You want to make sure you remember that. If you don't have your highlighter, just underline it or circle it, put a big star, whatever you need to do. All right, so you're going to pick 2 key quotes that clearly demonstrate the theme and the story. 5, you're going to have an analysis of each quote explaining how it shows the theme, not what's happening in the story, but how it shows the theme. How does it connect to the theme that you are assigned? And it has to be readable handwriting and font. Okay, that's just to get a C. Now, if you want an A or a B, you need to also have 2 color illustrations of events that show the theme. You need to have a reaction to the theme and how it was taught in the story with an explanation. And you have to have symbols that represent the theme in the story, and it has to be full color. So less than 5% white space. Those of you that are doing a Google slide, that's pretty easy. Just change the background, but make sure when you change the background that it doesn't match too closely to the font, because if you have a black background with black font, you're going to fail, because I can't read black background on black font. And if you tell me that, well, you should have gone in and changed it, no, you should have done that. You change it. Okay, so those of you that are doing the actual paper on white piece of paper project, then you would actually need to color it. And don't do that weird 3rd grader thing where you take the crayon and you just color really fast over it, and then you color over all the words, and I can't read them because then you just can't even get a C because it's not readable in the handwriting, or font is not readable there. Item 6 for a C. Okay, All right, so please note that I will be dividing you into teams of 3 on Wednesday based on whether or not you have a Chromebook. If you have your Chromebook on Wednesday, you will work with other people who also have their Chromebook, and you will use Google Classroom accounts. If you do not have your Chromebook on Wednesday, even if you're telling me repeatedly, Miss Mangrum, I'll bring it tomorrow, I promise, I'll say, doesn't matter, you're not gonna work in a Chromebook group. If you don't have your Chromebook on Wednesday, then you are going to have to do the project on a piece of paper, and you'll turn in the paper, okay? Now, if you bring your Chromebook on Wednesday and then show up with it, don't have it on Thursday, you will be working on a piece of paper. If you don't have it on Friday, you will redo it on paper. You will not give me your sad little story about how you promised you will get it done. No, you need to bring your Chromebook the entire time. It's very simple. Okay, now I know your instructions say that your final project's going to be shared with the class on the 18th. No, I changed our timeline. It's going to be shared with the class next Monday, so you can cross out the 18th. And your final project's not due on the 17th. It is actually due, that was weird. It's actually due on the 11th. It's due this Friday. Now, I'm going to give you Wednesday to work in your groups and start your rough draft. And then you'll have all period on Thursday and all period on Friday to do the final draft. Use your time wisely. Do not waste time. Okay, a lot of times people are busy playing with fonts and finding fun pictures and those kinds of things, and they don't actually get their project done. Not good. So it's due at the end of class on Friday. No sad stories, no sad faces. No, not going to work. Got to get your project done. Okay. All right. Now that I've talked to you about the project, and before I take questions in class, not through the video, because that'd be awesome. When are we going to get to that place in our lives? What I want to show you, whoops. All right. Sorry, a little bit of technical difficulty there. What I want to show you is the Google slide, what it'll actually look like if you're doing the Google slide through Google Classroom, which I'll have you join that on Thursday once you guys are ready to work on that. So that's why you have to bring your Chromebook on Thursday, because how are you going to work on your Google slide if you don't have your Chromebook? Okay, so basically the first slide of your group's project is the project instructions again, and then the next one is how you'll be graded. And that's just to help you guys to review. And then the last part is important information. Remember, do not play on the Chromebook. I can see what you do on the Chromebook. I just have to go to revision history. Do not mess with other people's projects. I can see all of it, and yes, I will 1, grade you down, 2, call your parents, 3, make you do the project on a piece of paper because I can't trust you. Don't make me do all that. Just do your project on your slide correctly, okay? All right. You may only use 2 different color fonts. You can decide as long as I can read them. But your font type must be Arial, and it's default to Arial, so you don't have to go find it. That's what this is right here. So don't change the font style. You can change the font color, but you can have no more than 2, because 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all of that is just too much, and this is a professional presentation. You need to be professional. It's not a toy. Okay, be careful with background color and crowding the slide. Don't put too many images into it where I'm like, where's the words? And don't have a black background with black font or a dark blue background with light blue font. That's still hard to read. It needs to be easy for me to read. If it's hard for me to read, your grade goes down. It's very simple. All right, make sure that your information is clearly organized. Do the writing or typing first. Do that part first. And then go find your pictures and your background and all that cool stuff, because I'm mostly grading what you're typing. I'm not grading really heavily on the pictures. Pictures are to get an A or B, but if you are leaving out your quotes, like let's say you have awesome pictures, but You don't have your quotes, then you're not going to get an A or a B. You're not even going to get a C. You don't have the quotes. You haven't talked about the theme if you don't have the quotes. It's very simple. Okay, find pictures and play with the backgrounds last. And then keep in mind, I'm not going to be super impressed if you just have a bunch of screenshots from the movie. I just saw the movie. You just saw the movie. A bunch of pictures of Ponyboy and Johnny talking to Socias at the vacant lot is not going to, ooh, that shows the theme. No, it doesn't show the theme. I don't know what you're doing there. Make sure it connects. Okay. All right, and then use the template to guide you. Now, on the template, there's a bunch of blue information that's there to fill you in, that you just fill in, or it helps guide you, and then you just erase it. Okay. All right, so this is what the template would look like. Notice that if you're doing it on the Google slide, you're just filling in information. For example, you would just type here, okay, and let's say you're doing the theme of identity, and you would just type in identity. Okay, don't have to worry about missing anything because it's all right there. Then you just go over this box and you put in your key quote. Okay, so it's all just right there for you if you do the Google slide. If you're not doing the Google slide, you will receive a white piece of paper that you will then organize your information on yourself. Okay. Now, after you get done, if you want to move some of this stuff around, that's fine on the Google slide, that's fine. But make sure that your analysis and your key quote are next to each other. I don't want to have to go hunting. It's very simple. All right. Okay, so I think at this point I've covered everything. If you are doing the Google slide on Thursday, I will show you guys how to do that as a group. But right now I won't go over that. So that's basically your final project, and it's going to be between 50 and 75 points. I haven't decided how much yet, but it's going to be worth a big number of points. It's due at the end of class on Friday. Make sure you get it done. Get your project done. Go, go, go. Go team. Go.